everybody. It is Janet Metzger of the Network Marketers Den, and welcome to the podcast. I am really, really excited because I have a new friend that we're going to talk with today that I met on social media. Now, we met on social media. I followed her. I kind of stalked her a little bit, and I was so impressed with her. And honestly, I was attracted to her smile, her enthusiasm. She's so bubbly, but yet she's got that really strong work ethic. You know, she's in the best business because she's having fun and working hard at the same time. So I want to introduce to you Katie Lee. And Katie is from Connecticut. She's a mom to her son Ryder, and she is an executive with Pharmacy. Done really, really well with her company. So I am so excited. And Katie, I want to welcome you and I want to thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited. I'm so excited that you are having me on. And this is just such an amazing part of my day today. So I'm really excited to be here. Thank you so much.
I am thrilled. And like I said, Katie, and I told you this the first time we talked, I said, I stalk you because I love, I mean, you have got so much enthusiasm and your enthusiasm is contagious. So I'm curious, how long have you been in the direct selling industry? I know you were with another company before you joined Pharmacy, but how long have you been in the industry in total?
I joined direct sales in the winter of 2017.
Okay.
So 4 years, but I really started treating it as an actual business about 2.5 years ago.
About two and a half years ago. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So really not that long.
No.
And you've risen so quickly. Tell us what you mean when you say you started treating it like a business. What do you mean? Because was it a hobby, kind of a hobby before, something fun to do, or what?
It was a hobby.
Treating it like a business.
Exactly, Janet. So the first good year and a half, almost 2 years into it, I treated it as just something fun, something extra, something I knew I wanted to get involved with. Skincare and cosmetics has always been my passion, so I knew I wanted that avenue. So for me, it was something fun to do. I knew it's something I'd enjoy. Hey, to make a couple extra bucks, why not? So for me, I just treated it as something fun to do because, I was working full time as a preschool teacher. My son was a baby, so for me, it was pretty much, I would like to do this on the side. This could be fun for me. Hey, I make an extra $100, $200 a month. Why not? So for me, it was just something fun. Yeah.
And with adults, not just little ones all the time too. So a little bit different.
Exactly.
So what changed for you? I mean, what happened that you went from hobby to, hey, I can really rock this and make this my full-time business? What was different? What changed?
I love that question. So when I joined my previous company, I joined them, it was like the beginning of the year, it was like winter of 2019. And when I joined that company, I had people that have been kind of following me through social media for a couple of years. So I got to tell you this, I never had any platform of social media until I joined direct sales.
Wow.
So I never had any.
Okay.
So you had to call me on the telephone or send me an email or write me a letter. Okay. I didn't have any form of social media. So after having those couple years getting on, social media, Facebook has always been my favorite. And just having fun with it. And when I joined my previous company, and I just started sharing a little bit about it on social media, products that I loved, why I chose this company, all of a sudden, people just started linking up with me. People started joining our team. I just started getting these customers. And after a couple months, I started having a paycheck.
Okay.
And I thought, I have something here. Maybe this could be more than just a hobby or just something for fun or just for an extra $100 a month. This really could be something for me, and I really enjoy it. So that's when the whole thing just changed for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes complete and total sense. I find it really interesting because you are so active on social media and you do a phenomenal job with it. that you just really joined it with your direct selling. That's interesting. That does surprise me.
Me too.
It really does. It really does. So you use social media kind of as an attraction marketing, would you say, where people watch you, like me, stalking you, come and watch you, learn from you, enjoy your dailies. But how do you use social media in your business? I mean, kind of like it starts here, but it progresses to here. Can you share that with our audience?
Yeah, absolutely. So for me, I really believe in, when it comes, pretty much not even just direct sales, but in anything, is when you're on social media, people want to connect with you. People want to build a relationship with you. People are attracted to certain people. So for me, when it comes to, with pharmacy and sharing my passion and my love, for the company and the products, as much as I share that, at the same token, I'm out there just being me. I'm out there sharing my son. I'm out there doing motivation. I'm out there, stupid stuff I sometimes do on a daily basis. You know what I mean? And it's just to me, it's more of like an attraction marketing, because people connect with people. Right. Do you know what I mean? People connect with people. So if people love me, yeah, they might say, you know what, I like her. She's pretty cool. Maybe, you know what, I'd like to try one of her products, or maybe I would like to join her with pharmacy. Right. So to me, that's how I've always used it. So I just think, just when you're on social media, just be you, be yourself.
Right. And for our audience, you may or may not know this, but before we do the podcast, I always talk with our interviewees, I should say. And Katie told me how nervous she was, and it's exactly what I said to her. I go, just be you. People want to hear from you, and it's the absolute truth. And regardless of what company you're with, people join you. They don't necessarily join the company, because your company, for example, you're at the top, and there are other people that maybe don't do so well. And the only difference is you. The only difference is you. So one of the first time I really noticed you was when you shared with everybody that you were going to be on stage speaking at your company's convention. Mm-hmm. And I know this, having been on the corporate side, but you only put the best people on stage. And people want to hear from you. So tell us a little bit about your journey and how you got on stage.
So, perfect. So here at Pharmacy, I shouldn't say only, because it's a big deal. I'm actually right in the middle of the rank. So I'm right in the middle of the compensation plan. Okay. So the ultimate goal is, of course, to get to the top. But for me to only be, but yet to be in the middle of the compensation plan, right? Just in the middle, which is a really big deal. And with the size team I have too, it's a really great accomplishment. So for me to be where I am in the middle ranks, middle of the compensation plan, and for us to have that convention through our team, through Pharmacy in Miami, and my mentor, Christina, calls me and says, hey, I'm having 8 speakers. I want you to be one of them. And I first said, are you sure? Are you kidding me? Because I really always thought, and I think some people also feel, well, you've got to be at those top people, that top 5%. You got to be at that top to really be able to be on the stages or get special trips or this or incentives. And it's not like that. You can be right in the middle. It's who you are as the person. So I talk with my hands a lot. It's Italian. It's Me who too. You are as the. I can't help it. I'm like doing this. That is.
My mom was born in Sicily, so I get it. 100%. I get it.
Okay. So with that being said, I said to my mentor, Christina, I said, are you sure? But I'm not a top leader here. And I'll never forget her. She goes, Katie, I understand you're not a top rank, but you are a top leader here because what you share and add is value and you're real. And I said, okay, what do you want me to talk about? And I was not shocked at all. She said, motivation, ways to lead your team. I said, oh, I can do this. And that's how it came about.
Right. And, I think it's really important. There is a tendency, as you said, in direct sales, that we think that only the people at the top are going to add value. But if you think about your team members, other people that are within the organization, whether they're on your team or not, they want to know, okay, there's somebody that looks like me, acts like me, has the same length of association with me, and she has done it. I mean, you don't go from 0 to 60. So you've been moving on the continuum all along, and you're right. I know you're going to be at the top. That's a given. But what would you say? What did you do to get to where you're at right now? If there is a secret, what would it be?
Stay consistent.
Okay. What do you mean by consistent? Well, give us an example.
So our team's name is Team Beauty and Balance. And I will say to them, PCC. And they're like, I'm like, it's not a disease. It's not a disease. It stands for being, they're like,
I know. Yeah.
PCC. I'm like, listen to me. If you're passionate about the company,
right,
you're consistent, you're consistently sharing what you love, and you're coachable. Passionate, consistent, coachable. If you're doing those three things, that's how you're going to get there. Consistency is the biggest key in what we do and what I do. Whether it is your first day joining a direct sales company, or you're at the top and you've been there 20 years. Every single person, no matter where you are, no matter where you're starting out, it's consistency. It's extremely important. It's important because, number one, there's so many people, and when it comes to social media, not in person so much, but on social media, there's so many people that are going to stalk you. There's so many people that are going to silent watch you, and they're going to watch you from the sidelines. You're just going to watch you. And then as time goes, I might say, it's time for me to reach out to you. Mm-hmm. Because if you don't stay consistent and you just stop showing up for a few weeks, you almost, in my opinion, you got to start right back up again. You have to rebuild that all again. And I don't mean this in an offensive way. I am not the Queen of England. I am not the Vice President. I am not Lady Gaga. I am not Angelina Jolie. I am not Julia Roberts. I, Katie Lee, am not a celebrity. So if I just take weeks off and just stop showing up for my network, my friends, family, and my team, and I'm not staying consistent, those people that were possibly watching me or watching anyone else, with whatever company they're with, from the sidelines, they're going to go, well, where'd they go? I haven't seen them, because they're not going to reach out. They're silent watchers. They're just kind of watching you, and you're staying consistent. They're paying attention to you. But if you just stop showing up, being consistent, well, they might go watch somebody else. Well, where did Katie go? Where's she been the last few weeks? I haven't seen her. She's still with pharmacy. Did something happen? Does she not like the company anymore? People think that. Consistency is the most important thing, showing up.
I agree. I've always said be boringly consistent, but I love that. PCC. I love that. I'm a huge believer in consistency. So that's what got you there. You were on stage, and these weren't questions I was going to ask you. You know this, but I'm so interested in it. You were on stage because you're an inspirational leader, and you have an ability to inspire others. It's funny, I just got done with a one-on-one coaching call with one of my clients, and we talked a lot about inspirational leadership. how do you inspire others to take action? Because that's why you were on stage.
Right. Well, because I believe in everybody, but you have to believe in yourself.
Okay.
I believe in everybody. So if you are linking up here with our team, you come in, I believe in you automatically. And I will always inspire that person or inspire those people that they can do whatever their goal is here and what they're looking to do, whether it's some kind of an obstacle, if it's a monetary, if it's a rank, if it's whatever their goal is. Every goal is valuable. And I believe in every single person that joins us. So for me, it's like a natural instinct, I think. I just will inspire them because I believe in them.
Right. And sometimes people come to you and they don't have the belief in themselves. So they're borrowing your belief in them to help them along the way. Makes complete and total sense.
Right.
Another question I had posed to you beforehand, and I love this answer. So I would love you to talk about this.
I know what you're going to say.
You do know, don't you? And it was like, oh my gosh, I've never had anybody say this, and I just loved it. So the question that I was asking, and I ask all of our folks that fill out the pre-form, I'll say, so what makes you different than your competition? And I loved your answer, and I want you to share that with everybody.
There is no competition.
No competition. Of course there's competition.
With who? To me, when it comes to competition, I don't see, sometimes we can compete with ourselves, but I never feel that there's a competitor. There's someone out there that's going to be bigger than you or better than you or can do it better than you, or this company's better than that one, or this. I don't see it as a competition. Because
they're loyal to you, right? They're loyal.
People are loyal to people. People, if I listen, I will listen to me. I will be at pharmacy until the day I drop dead. I know that's a little vulgar to say. I'm going to be here till the day I die. Hopefully that's not for another 40 years, but I'm just saying, I will be here forever. But if I said tomorrow, never going to happen, I'm going to start selling this company that sells these great staples. I'm going to start selling staples. Nothing to do at all with what I've been doing. No more skincare cause. I'm going to sell staples. There's people that have been my customers that will say, well, if Katie likes these staples, I'm going to have to try these staples because I trust her. Or people on my team at pharmacy, she's going to go sell Susie staples. Okay, I'm going to go sell those too. Because it's not a competition. You just have those people you connect with and you trust them and you're loyal to them.
Right. Absolutely. I practice mindset and the law of attraction, and there's an abundance for everybody. And, there's a lot of people in this world. So and I loved what you said in that the only competition that you really have is you're competing with yourself. Mm-hmm. And you're absolutely right. But I loved that when I first read it, I'm going, ooh, I really like that. I really like that. Yeah. So you talk about the relationships, and that is what is really, the inspirational leadership and developing developing those relationships. How do you develop? I mean, you're doing most of your business online, am I right?
Most of it. I'd say about 85, 90%. Yes.
Okay. So talk a little bit about how you've developed those relationships.
So okay. I have to laugh because this is the honest truth, Janet. This is really the answer. I build them because it's almost like everything we've already talked about. So for me, I think of people that, whether they're, on our team here, or they're on other teams here, or they're customers of mine or potential customers of mine. If I'm on social media, if I love something you've posted, like if it's a pixie haircut, I am all over these people. Dogs, animals, dancing, family, my son being adopted. If I see anyone talk about adoptive children, anything like that, I'm not just commenting. So for Facebook, for example, I'm not just commenting. I have to go into Messenger and I voice clip and I'll say, Susie, listen, I just saw your post about your dog, and I'll have conversation. Or, oh my gosh, I love your pixie cut. What do you think? So, and I just have conversation with people that I'm attracted to. And we just start to like get talking and build a relationship. And hey,
right.
Sometimes it can transfer to the work. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now you've built a nice sized team. How do you influence others to start building a team themselves? That wasn't one of the questions I was going to ask you, but
no, it wasn't.
To me, it was. Okay.
No, it wasn't. You never asked me this.
I
so
didn't. I'm asking you now.
No, you're like, ask me now. Let's go. Okay. So our team here, we're around 300 women.
Okay.
So we're about 300. And some people consider that large. Some people consider that small. But as my mentor, Christina, will say, for the size of our team, her exact words are, your team is very high functioning. Your team really works. Your team is very inspired. Your team is very motivated.
I bet you they're active too.
And they're active.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, for me, I feel like it's because I show up for them every day.
Okay.
I show up for them.
And do you tell everybody about that opportunity to build a team, and do you talk them into it? Do you let them decide? That's what I'm wondering.
Okay, there we go. So I'm like, that's why I wasn't giving you a dirty look.
No,
I was
know.
giving you a look because I'm like, am I answering this? Like,
no,
okay,
no,
now I
did. It was good. It was good.
No, I know, but I didn't want you to think like she's gonna think I'm giving her a dirty look because I'm not. So I really believe if you want to build a team, great. If you don't, fine. The joy of pharmacy is you can make a decent money just sharing and selling. You don't have to build a team here, which is also why I chose this company. So here's the thing. I have to share a quick example for you because it's the best way to answer your question. Okay. I have a girl on our team. Her name is Dana. I don't know Dana in real life. I've met Dana through social media. She was watching me for a long time. I didn't even know. The day came, she reached out to me. Katie, I want to join you. I want to do this. Okay, very good. So this was her Christmas gift to herself. And I remember we were having a coaching call. We were doing the things, what are our goals? How can I help you? And where are we guiding and so forth? She says to me, Katie, I said, yes, I don't want to build a team. And I said, you don't have to. And then she went, well, maybe later on when I'm more educated, feeling more oomph, like really feeling more comfortable with the company, with the products, with the culture, when all that comes into peace, she said, then I think maybe then I would like to have teammates. I said, Dan, I think that's great. Well, we hang up the phone. She calls me 3 hours later in panic. I said, what is wrong? She goes, I have 2 people that want to join my team. I said, fantastic. She goes, no, this is not fantastic. I go, Dana, I understand we just had this conversation. Listen to me. They join you, of course. And like she told them, I am new as well, and we're going to learn together. And I have to be honest, her team is small but mighty, and they do very well here. So for me, it's like, you want to build great, you don't. But then I always think of Dana. I will never forget that conversation, Janet. Right. She's like, and then yep, 2 people came to her and I said, there you go.
Right. So you give them the option, but you're telling everybody about it. So it's up to them. Yep. Good for you. Good for you. You know, I always say, you never know. Your job is to share. Their job is to decide. And for our listeners, you hear that all the time. Well, I want to wait till I know everything. Well, guess what? You can be with your company for 20 plus years. It does not matter the company. You are never, ever going to know it all. So that's why you either have a strong upline, you have a coach, you have somebody that guides you along, but you will never, ever you don't need to know it all. What you need to do is you need to know how to find out. That's all that it takes. So good for you. Good for you.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Because real quick, Janet, we have like a team chat. Not the whole team's in there, but I probably got about 60, 65 of my teammates in it. This just happened I don't know if it was this morning. It might have been this morning. Some point this morning, Katie, and they were tagging me. What is this again? Wait, what does this do? And how does this work? Guys, guess what? I don't know, but let me find out. Because exactly what I said. I'll be here. It'll be 2 years in October. I was honest. I don't know. I have no clue what the answer is, but I know who to ask. Let me go get it for you.
Right. And that's what the role of a leader is to know where to ask and teach them who to ask. That's all that it takes. So I want to ask you as we wrap up here, just a couple of other things to get to know you a little bit. What's your favorite movie?
Oh, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Okay, he was really good in that movie. He was phenomenal. Oh my husband and I watched a movie the other night where he was in it and he wasn't considered a star, but that's a great movie. Any favorite book, business or pleasure that you're reading now or have read that you would recommend to our listeners? Yeah,
there is a book, and I apologize, I cannot think of her name. I cannot think of the author's name, but the book is let me get the title of the book is The Company That You Want Sitting at Your Table. Company at Your Table.
Okay.
I'll try again, Katie. Good company for your table. And I cannot think of the author's name. Her name is, I can't think of it.
Okay, that sounds really interesting. So if we had to sum this up, what 3 strategies would you tell our audience that they need to do to have a truly successful business just like you have? And it doesn't matter what the company is, because it's the same fundamentals.
You need to take a piece of paper and you need to write down your why. You need to write down the date that you joined. You need to write down why you joined this company, why you picked it, because there was a reason. So when I joined pharmacy in October of 2019, it was to put money aside for my son's college education. That is why I joined. Now, of course, now I do it, yes, full time, and my why has changed. But no matter what, you have to write down why you joined, whatever the reason is. And I am not a psychic, but whatever the why is, it's always something geared towards family or something financially. So when there's those days and there's those weeks and you think to yourself, I can't do this anymore. I am trying so hard. I am not seeing the progress I was hoping to see at this point. And you start to second guess yourself and you start to have doubt. You have to go back to that piece of paper that was dated the day of you joined and why you joined. So for weeks that I had, I'm thinking, what am I doing? What in God's name am I doing? I would go back to that piece of paper to put money aside for writer's college education. So then I have my adult moment and think, really? So you're going to just, because it's getting hard right now, so you're just going to throw that away when it was to put money aside for your son's college education. That to me is the biggest
Oh
part.
my gosh, we don't have to go any farther. You are so spot on. But I love that idea that you do it the day that you joined and what your why is. And, you know, too often what I know this, and I don't know you that well, but I do know this, that you know your team members' whys. It's not just about your why, but you know why they're doing this business. And that's really, really key too.
I do. I mean, everybody that's joined me directly. So, you know, 40 something people right there. And then other people along the way, because we're all a team. We all work together.
Everybody works together. Right.
And most of them, I know their why.
Yeah.
I know their whys.
And sometimes you have to remind them what that why is, because they forget too.
Absolutely.
100%.
100%.
So Katie, in our show notes that everybody receives, all of your social links are there. So you want to make sure that you follow Katie, and if you're interested in her company or joining her team, whatever products, whatever. But do you have a special offer for our listeners that you'd like to mention today?
Absolutely. So to keep life very easy for me and for everybody else, on all social media, I am Katie Lee from CT. So that's how I have it connected everywhere. And the special offer I want to do is I would love to get on the phone, 15 minutes, have just a coaching call. If you are with a company, just a motivational, what's going on, maybe some ways and tips I can help you with your business.
Okay, great. Well, that's an excellent offer. And as everybody knows, I'm always available for that too, but you need to expand. Even if you are not with that company, you should always hear about other companies and other ideas, because this is the best industry that there is. So, well, Katie, I have to tell you, I have thoroughly enjoyed talking with you. See, you survived. You did phenomenal.
I did.
You did phenomenal. And I have that written down. I will always remember PCC. I've never put it that way. It's not a disease.
It's not a disease, Janet.
It is not a disease.
It's not.
So,
it won't hurt you.
Well, thank you again.
You're very welcome.
Insight. And I want to thank our listeners. Please reach out to Katie Lee. Listen to our podcast. We've got phenomenal guests that are here to serve you. Join the Network Marketers Den, which is my free Facebook group, and there's all kinds of information. Just reach out to CoachJanet.com, and I'm here to help you in any way that I can. But Katie, have a wonderful day, and I will continue to watch you and to continue to stalk you, because I love your energy. You take care now. Yeah.
You as well. Bye-bye.